Hello, welcome to Jayatokala's recipes. Today I'm going to show you how to make lamb fry recipe. It's nearly 1.75 kg of mutton, which is also called lamb, and I'm going to marinate this lamb pieces. This is boneless mutton pieces, and I'm going to marinate it by adding 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 teaspoons of salt, two and a half teaspoons of chili powder, and 2.5 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste. I'm going to add all of them into a container and marinate them by mixing all these spices. I'll show it when I marinate. Now I've put all the lamb pieces into a container into which I'm going to add the turmeric powder, salt, chili powder, and the ginger garlic paste. And I'm going to mix it well. Nicely coat all the pieces with these spices and then marinate it for minimum of half an hour. And then while it is getting marinated, what I'll do is I'll cut the onions and tomatoes, and I'll keep coriander and mint leaves ready for frying these lamb pieces. Now all the lamb pieces are coated well with all the spices, so I've mixed it well, and I'll leave it to marinate for nearly half an hour or maybe more if time permits. And then in the meanwhile, I'm going to get everything ready for the gravy. Now the lamb pieces have been marinating for approximately 40 minutes, and then this is the marinated lamb, and I'm going to fry it in the oil and cook it in the cooker. Into the oil, I've heated some 2 spoons of oil in a cooker. While it is getting heated, I'll show you what spices I'm putting in. There are 2 to 3 bay leaves and 2 green cardamoms, 2 to 3 pieces of cinnamon sticks, 3 cloves, and half spoon of shahi jeera into it. And once the oil is hot, I'm going to add in all the spices. Let them splutter or fry in the oil for a minute. Be careful at this point because cloves tend to burst up. Then nice and frying in the oil. And now I'm going to add these mutton pieces into it. Add the lamb pieces into it and stir it well. Now I've added all the mutton pieces or the lamb pieces into this cooker. Let the pieces seal in the hot oil and cook it on a high flame. Let it seal it up and fry nicely in the hot oil. And I'm going to cover and cook these pieces for 3 whistles until the mutton pieces are tender. Now the oil and the mutton has been cooking in the oil for nearly 5 to 6 minutes. The oil is getting released, and then now I'm going. This all water has come from mutton pieces only, and now I'm going to add a little bit of water, very little, and then I'm going to cook this mutton for 3 to 4 whistles until it is nice and tender. Now I've closed the lid of the pressure cooker and putting the whistle on and let it cook for 3 to 4 whistles. That's the whistles coming up now. Already one has come, and that's the second one coming. I will cook it for 3 whistles. Now I'm going to make the gravy part for the lamb curry. I've cut 2 big onions into small pieces and 2 tomatoes small thinly sliced or into cubes. And in the spices we need dry coconut powder, and this is lamb masala, which is homemade. It has got coriander seeds, cloves, cinnamon sticks, shahi jeera, and green cardamom in it. I've dry roasted it and then made it into a fine powder. And then this is half teaspoon of garam masala powder, which is also homemade, and this is whole garam masala. It has got shahi jeera, 2 green cardamoms, 1-inch piece of cinnamon sticks which I have made into halves, and 3 or 4 cloves. And this is few mint leaves. I will also add in coriander leaves as well at the later stage. I've put in 2 spoons of oil into a pan, and firstly I will add this whole garam masala. Let it fry in the oil for a minute, and make sure you be careful because cloves tend to burst out of the oil. And then once they are a bit fried up in the oil like this, adding the onions to fry. I have added in the onions and just stir it. Fry it nicely until they are slightly golden brown in color. I'll show you when they are ready. Now the onions are frying nicely. They are light golden brown in color, and the trick to a nice gravy is frying the onions nicely until they are slightly golden brown in color, so that when you cook the gravy part, it gets disintegrated and disappears into the gravy. It won't, the onion pieces won't be, you won't see them floating on the gravy part. So once they are golden brown in color, light golden brown in color, I'm adding a pinch of turmeric powder and 1 spoon of ginger garlic paste, and mix it well. Until the raw smell of ginger garlic paste goes. I'm adding few leaves of mint leaves as well, cut into smaller pieces, and then mixing it well. Now the raw smell of ginger garlic paste has gone, and onions are cooking very well. Oil is oozing out of it. That's an indication of cooked onions. And to this now I'm going to add the tomato pieces and cook until the tomato pieces are mushy and completely cooked. Now the tomatoes are cooked properly and nicely. Oil is oozing out of it, so it's done now. Into which I'm going to add this dry coconut powder and lamb masala powder, which is homemade, and mint leaves and coriander leaves, fresh coriander leaves, which is cut into small pieces, and mix it well. Now after frying the masalas for a minute or so, I'm just going to add in the cooked mutton into it. And stir it nicely. Now I've added the mutton into it, the lamb pieces, and it's cooking. Put it on a medium flame and cook it for 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, until the lamb is nicely incorporated into the gravy, and it tastes better like that. I'm covering it with the lid now and cooking it for 8 to 10 minutes. Now the lamb has been cooking for 6 minutes, and in the end I'm going to add this garam masala powder and mix it well. It's nicely cooked. Takes some time to cook lamb masala, but the end product is so yummy and tasty, and meat should be cooked well, so that health wise also it's good to cook it nicely and thoroughly. And I'll cook it for further 2 minutes and then dish it out. Now the lamb has been cooking for 5 minutes. Oil has oozed out nicely. That's an indication that mutton has been cooked thoroughly. I'm mixing it nicely and I'll dish it out and show you again. Now this lamb fry is ready to be served, and you can serve it with rice, hot steamed rice or bagara rice or fried rice, and it tastes very well with naan or chapati as well. Lamb fry is ready to be served with jeera rice and onion slices and lemon slices. Enjoy hot, and thanks for watching. Let me know your comments.